Now to Waukesha, where a jury could be seated as soon as tonight for the trial of Darrell Brooks.
So if that happens, opening statements could begin tomorrow. Brooks is representing himself and has been disruptive. At one point today, he asked the judge to strike all of the jurors, which the judge denied. At other times, the judge ordered him out of the court.
I'm advising you to stop asking those questions. It will be considered an he's interrupted. Take him to the next courtroom.
Brooks is accused of killing 6 people during last year's Waukesha Christmas parade. The court needs 16 jurors, 12 on the panel and 4 alternatives.
So for analysis, we turn to our legal expert, criminal defense attorney Jonathan Lavoy. He is not involved in the case.
Jonathan, you're joining us live outside of the Waukesha County Courthouse today. With everything we've seen thus far, can this court really pick a fair and impartial jury in Waukesha County?
It's going to be very, very tough to pick an impartial jury here. This tragedy has affected so many people in this community. So many people know people that were injured or otherwise involved in this parade incident. So it's going to be very, very challenging to find an impartial jury. However, the judges brought in hundreds of potential jurors, and I think with a lot of work, they're going to be able to whittle it down to jurors that will be impartial and will be able to hear this case properly.
Yeah, and we saw this same issue in question down in Kenosha County for that high-profile trial with Kyle Rittenhouse. Now, tomorrow, opening statements should begin. What can we expect from the state and, of course, Mr. Brooks?
From the state's perspective, they're just going to map out the story of what happened from Mr. Brooks, from his behavior from start to finish, as well as what was happening at the parade. As far as Mr. Brooks is concerned, it's going to be a wild card. It is going to be absolutely wild. I don't know whether we're going to get sovereign citizen type of activity from him, or whether he's truly going to tell us what he was up to and what was going through his mind. I hope it's the latter. I hope we can hear from him as to what he was up to and why he did what he did. But I think it's going to be a lot of theatrics tomorrow, and I think it's going to be probably more of the same for Mr. Brooks.
Okay, so if we see these outbursts during his opening statement, we've seen the judge, at least in this situation, put him in another courtroom. Is that the same option, or at some point here, everything has to happen within her courtroom?
I think the judge is going to have to let him make an opening statement. We're in uncharted territories here, guys, so I don't know what the judge is going to ultimately do. We've seen that she is quick to react, but I think she's going to have to allow him to make an opening statement. But I think we're going to have to tune in tomorrow and see how it all shakes out.
So when you say an opening statement, I mean, does he have to say something here, or if he's not really saying anything, she can say we can move on?
Yeah, an opening statement is generally just a roadmap of what is expected to be presented at trial. So if he's not really sticking to the rules, she could cut him off and tell him that he can't make any more statements if it's not consistent with the rules of the court.
I think we'll have a lot more to talk about once this trial truly starts. Jonathan Lavoy, thank you for joining us.